Good morning, friends, and happy Valentine's Day. I'm Sean. This is Living Peace Yoga. Welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad that you chose to basically worship with me this morning, of course, in the form of yoga. I have a beautiful practice scheduled for you today in light of Valentine's Day. And so I so much hope you enjoy it, and I hope that you find some peace on the mat. So let's jump in, get started, and do some yoga. Friends, when you think of Valentine's Day, of course you think of the big red heart, love, serving one another for this particular day. But of course, God calls us to do this every day, right? And sometimes it's hard because we are human and we are not perfect. And we live in an imperfect world. And so trying to be perfect in every aspect of the word is difficult. But God helps us to grow in love by speaking to us through the Bible, of course. And in 1 John 4:17 says, as we live in God, our love grows more perfect. So we will not be afraid on the day of judgment, but we can face him with confidence because we live like Jesus here in this world. Sometimes, friends, and even for me too, this seems so unattainable. It seems so big, and it seems so just vast, right? But this is why I meet him here on my mat, to lay down who I am as a human and pick up who Christ is in his vastness. I don't have to do it alone. I don't have to do it perfect because I have him who is with me every step of the way. And this has been the message that he's given me this week in little bits and pieces. I picked out a piece from some quiet time earlier in the week. I picked out growing in love today in our church service. And then, of course, when I opened up my quiet time verses this morning, they were about love and how you can't do enough to earn his love. He just loves you for you. So let's get to it. We're going to come to that place of stillness. So bringing our hands at heart center, dropping those shoulders down and back, rotating back onto those sits bones. And we're going to come to the breath. Friends, if there's anything that is on your mind or anything to do with this that is too heavy to handle today, lay it down right here, right now, and let him pick it up and take it. We're going to do 2 inhales and exhales as big and expansive as we can. So inhale through those nostrils, expanding the lungs as far as they will go. And when they feel like they're going to burst and you can't go anymore, let them slowly deflate back to center, releasing all of the air. And when you feel like you can't let any more go, come back to that expansive breath of the inhale, expanding those lungs as far as they will go. And when you feel like they won't go anymore, let that air down and out. And then just come back to a simple breath. Good. We're going to extend the legs out long into staff pose. Toes pointed to the heavens. We're going to take in a big deep breath and we're going to raise our arms up overhead at the same time. And as you exhale, forward fold over both of those legs. Of course, allowing ourselves some grace and mercy as this is our first hamstring stretch. So we are still kind of tight. And we're still in the process of warming up before our practice. Good. Come on back up to seated. This time we're going to take in a nice inhale, leaving arms or hands on the legs. As you exhale, slide those legs or hands down the legs. As you exhale, forward folding over both of those feet or legs or calves or wherever you land in that forward fold. Good. Coming back up to center. We're going to take that left foot and place it out long to the left. We're going to bring the right foot in, resting it against the left inner thigh. We're going to take both hip points and we're going to turn them towards that left leg. We're going to take in a nice deep breath, arms up overhead. You got it. As we exhale, forward fold over that left leg. Really feeling that stretch, not only in the left hamstring, but also this right outer hip area, low back. It is where we carry a lot of our stress. So we're going to let that go today on our mat. Good. Come on back up to center. We're going to extend the right leg out. Bringing that left foot into the right thigh, turning both those hip points towards the right thigh, right hip. Extend those arms up overhead as you inhale, and then exhale, forward fold over the right leg. Good, and then slide those hands back up to the upper end of the thigh. We're going to bring both feet together, let those knees fall to the side wherever they would land. Go ahead and cup both feet with the hands. Drop those shoulders back. Good. We're going to work the neck and the upper shoulders here for a moment while we're in cobbler's pose. So go ahead and tip your chin to your chest. Good. And then we're going to rotate the left ear to the left shoulder. Good. Tilt the head back just a bit so that you're in like the sniffing pose. You don't want to tip it too far back. You don't want to hyperextend the neck. This is just for a gentle front stretch. And then extend the right ear to the right shoulder. Feeling that left shoulder stretch. Good. And then chin back to chest. We're going to do this 2 more times. So go ahead and rotate the left ear to the left shoulder. Tipping back just a bit. Good, and then the right ear to the right shoulder. And then chin to chest. Now this next time we're going to go in the opposite direction. So left ear, right ear to the right shoulder. And then tilt back ever so slightly. And then left ear to the left shoulder. Good, and then chin down to chest. Good. Look back up to the front. Release those feet with the hands. We're going to crawl onto all fours. Good. We're going to place that right hand forward. We're going to extend the left leg back, toes pointed to the mat. Our gaze straight out in front. Good. Place those 2 back to center. We're going to extend out the left hand, extend out the right leg, toes to the mat, gaze in front. Long line of energy from the tips of the fingers to the tips of the toes. Good. Come back to center. 1 more time. We're going to do the other side. So right hand extended out, left foot extended back, toes to the mat. Good. And then back to center 1 more time. Left hand extended out, right foot extended out. Good. And back to center. We're going to place that left hand in the middle of the mat. We're going to curl those toes. We're going to come into a side plank. So rotating those toes to the long edge of the mat. And we're going to extend that right hand up. Good. Press those hips up even higher. That will help you with that balance. Good. And then bring that right hand down. We're going to place the right hand in the middle of the mat. Turning our toes to the other long edge of the mat. We're going to extend our left hand up. Lift those hips for balance. Good. And then bring that hand down. And then come into our first downward facing dog as you come back to center. Good. We're going to take in a couple of deep breaths here. And just let that go, friends. That feels so good. Another big deep breath in. And let that go. Good. Just letting all the weight of today pouring towards the mat. Good. We're going to look to the top of the mat. I'm going to walk my way up, but you feel free to hop, skip, jump, whatever you'd like to do to get to the top of the mat. We're going to forward fold that out. Good. Big deep breath in. Arms up overhead. Good. Exhale. Our arms down to our sides. Into mountain pose. Good. We're going to take our right ankle. I'm going to turn towards you just a bit. Our right foot to the left ankle. Good. If you would like to move deeper into your practice, of course, you can always work on that balancing by advancing into poses. Place that right foot to the left calf if you want to move deeper into the pose. Or you can pull all the way up into a full tree pose. All are perfect in every way. It just happens to be where you are in your practice and even moving forward in that practice. Okay, place that right foot back to meet the left. Place that left foot on the right ankle, or move it a little bit up to the calf. And avoiding that knee joint, you can bring it all the way up. And practice with it. You may falter, you may fall. My tree pose did not start out like this. I moved towards it and I just kept practicing. See, it happens to everyone. All right, go ahead and let that go. Big deep breath in, arms up overhead. Exhale, forward folded out. Inhale, we're gonna halfway lift. Exhale, forward folded out. Hands to the mat, extending those feet back in a plank pose, coming down into that chaturanga push-up and up dog. Curling those toes into down dog. Good. From here, we're going to extend the right leg back. We're going to bring that knee on through, but we're not going to place the foot down. We're just going to reach that right knee to the left elbow. Good. And then press that right leg back up into down dog. Three-legged dog. Oh, goodness. Some days are better than others, I guess. And that's okay. We just keep pressing through, and we just keep relying on Christ for our strength. Go ahead and extend that left leg back. Bring it on through to the right elbow. Good. Pressing that foot back into a three-legged dog, and then rest that foot back to meet the right. Awesome sauce. Go ahead and place those knees down. Bump to the heels. Extend those arms out into a child's pose. Good, friends. Push those hands even more to the front or top of the mat. We're going to come on up to all fours. Curl those toes into a downward facing dog. We're going to extend that left leg back. This time we are going to bring the leg on through. Place that left foot on the mat. We are going to take both sets of toes now and open up to an open A forward fold to the long edge of the mat to the right side. So forward fold that out. Good. We're going to hang here for a couple of breaths. Good. And then we're going to press our hands up so that our back is nice and straight as if we were doing a half lift. And then we're going to come down onto that right foot. Good. Left leg extended out long, toes to the heavens. If you would like to take your practice deeper, you can bring those hands up to prayer center for balance. Good. Or you can keep them right here in front, or if you have a block even, that would be helpful as well. Go ahead and press back up into that open A, forward fold it out. Good. We're going to now bend to the left side, onto that left foot, right leg extended out straight, toes to the heavens. Of course, if you want to move deeper, you can do so by bringing those hands to heart center, maybe. Of course, you can always utilize a block as well. Or just place your hands to the mat if that's easier or more helpful, which today it's looking like it's more helpful for me. Okay, go ahead and
come back up on up to center. Go ahead and forward fold it out one last time. Good. We're going to turn those left toes to the front of the mat, bringing those right toes curled up. We're going to go ahead and run through a vinyasa flow. So go ahead and bring that right foot up to meet the left, forward fold it out. Good. Big deep breath in, arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold it out. We're going to inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold it out. Hands to the mat. Take those feet back to a plank pose. Coming down into that chaturanga push-up and up dog. Curl those toes. Back to down dog. Good. Bring those knees down. Bum to the heels. We're going to flip those legs around. Back to staff pose. So back where we started. Elongate the spine. Sitting up nice and tall. Take a deep breath in. Arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold it out. Oh my goodness. Doesn't that feel so much better than where we started at the beginning of practice? Hence my saying, spiritual and physical fitness in one. We not only learn about the lessons of life, but we also get to practice some physicality that is helpful as well, especially for those of us who are getting a little older. Taking a nice inhale, forward fold even deeper. Good. And we're going to bring those hands back on up into staff pose, elongating the spine. Good. Place those hands to the mat. Scooch the bum to the heels. We're going to roll onto the back. Good. Bring those knees in for knees to the chest. Rotate those hips from side to side, giving that low back a little massage. Good. And then place those feet to the mat. And then go ahead and bring both knees up together, both legs at a 90-degree angle, extending the arms out in a T formation. We're going to while keeping the upper body in a stable position, we're going to let both of these legs fall to the right side of the mat. Good. Extend those legs up. And then we're going to let the legs fall to the left side of the mat. Good. That little back twist is so yummy. Good. And then bring those legs back up to center. Bring those knees in one more time. Good. Place those feet to the mat. We're going to move toward Shavasana. So go ahead and extend both legs out. Tuck those shoulders down and back. If you'd like to place a bolster under the knees for support of the low back, absolutely by all means, try doing that. And go ahead and come to the breath. As we settle our body in. Relaxing the shoulders, softening the face. Let your tongue come off the roof of your mouth. Come to a nice, soft inhale and exhale. And then lastly, let all four limbs become heavy to the earth.
Friends, of course, and as always, stay in Shavasana as long as you need. If you need longer than this few minutes at the end of class, I encourage you to just lay on the mat and take whatever time you need. But I will close this practice with this. Lord, I am not perfect in love yet. I need you to love others through me so I can love them flawlessly as you do. Remove my heart of stone and give me a heart of flesh that beats with your love for this world and everyone in it. So back to our hand of Jesus and how whomever you may be struggling with, their name is written on his palm, right next to yours probably, and right next to mine. And so I really have to remind myself to love others the way he sees them, not the way I see them or judge them. Thank you, Jesus, that you are the lover of my soul. Friends, thank you for practicing with me today. It was more of a blessing than you will ever know. Make sure to subscribe down below and hit the thumbs up so that I can continue to have content coming your way. May you have peace off the mat as you found on the mat. Thanks, and I'll see you on the mat again next time.